What's going on, FA Nation? Jon Impemba here with your NFL Week 10 DFS Contrarian Corner. Going to bring you some low roster plays here to put in your GPP lineups this week. Let's kick it off at the quarterback position. We're going to go with Kirk Cousins here in this matchup against the Buffalo Bills. We're looking at the third highest game total on the board, and we know the addition of TJ Hockenson has only bolstered the Vikings passing offense. We know Justin Jefferson, very capable of putting up big numbers here, but Hockenson last week in his debut had 9 catches. They already said he was going to be a big part of the team's passing attack, and we should have listened to Kevin O'Connell when he said that. He played about 85% of the offensive snaps. We know that Adam Thielen is still there, so plenty of weapons for Kirk Cousins to throw the football to here, and it's going up against a beat-up Bills defense here. Both Poyer and Elam are out already. Elam's more doubtful. Greg Rousseau is out of this game as well. So some key pieces to this Buffalo Bills defense ruled out here. And we also don't know yet the status of Josh Allen. If it ends up being Case Keenum, he could be turning the ball over, giving Minnesota some short field opportunities for Cousins to capitalize. So I'm going to go with Kirk Cousins here at low rostership in some contrarian GBP builds. At the running back position, let's go with Nick Chubb. Listen, you look at the roster percentage forecast that we have over at Fantasy Alarm. We see a lot of Saquon Barkley and a lot of Derrick Henry at the top. We know that Nick Chubb is very much capable of having the same type of upside. He has multi-touchdown upside. We saw that against the Cincinnati Bengals. He can run for 100 yards. He can break long runs. And we know that the Cleveland Browns are not afraid to run the football when trailing. They're coming off of a bye against a Miami defense that has the second highest game total on the board at 49.5 points. So I think a lot of people will be looking at the passing attack for the Cleveland Browns, but we've certainly seen Nick Chubb capable of putting up some big numbers in these spots as well. If you want to pivot off Barkley or Henry, Nick Chubb is the natural option here on this slate. At the wide receiver position, we're going to go dart throw play here with Kadarius Toney. Mecole Hardman's already been ruled out. Hardman played about 30% of his offensive snaps this year out of the slot, and Kadarius Toney is a slot wide receiver. It only makes sense for him to naturally slide in to that role here in this Chiefs offense. He made his team debut last week against Tennessee, but only played 9 snaps. He did have 2 targets in those 9 snaps. I would expect maybe another week of practice now under his belt and the knowledge already that Mecole Hardman has been ruled out, that they're going to work him into this offense here a little bit more. We're starved for mid-tier wide receivers on DraftKings especially, and Toney getting part of this Kansas City stack going up against Jacksonville is certainly quite appealing in those GPP lineups. I'm not saying make him your core play in your GPP lineups this week, but if you're making a few, I think it's worth throwing Toney in there at $5,000. And we'll finish off at the tight end position. We're going to go with Dalton Schultz here. Just another one of those safety blankets for me in my lineups. He and Dak Prescott have a great relationship in the 3 games that Prescott has started this season. We've seen Dalton Schultz average around 10 fantasy points per game. It's a really good matchup for him as well here going up against the Green Bay Packers. So if you're looking for safety in that mid-tier of tight end range, maybe you're looking to move off of a Greg Dulcich or you're trying to save some money there from a TJ Hockenson or even a Travis Kelce for sure. I think that there's some good opportunity here for Dalton Schultz to actually be the number 2 receiver in this Cowboys offense this week. Leaping, Michael Gallup has shown a lot of inconsistency. Really, we've seen a lot of CeeDee Lamb and Dalton Schultz this season as the passing weapons for Dak Prescott. That wraps up the Contrarian Corner for Week 10, everybody. Good luck. Let's go make some money.